Oh, there we go. Let's see this. So, yeah. So, let's get started. So I'm going to talk about this tool called Interoperability regression, and we use it for testing LibreOffice. So first of all, about me, my name is Pauli. I'm from Spain, although some people think I'm from Italy. And I'm a QA engineer with the TDF since September 2016, so 5 months from now, more or less. And this is my email, in case you want to contact me, or my username. And normally I'm in LibreOffice QA. And I've been working on this tool for the last couple of months now. So basically what it is, it's a set of scripts you use to generate PDF files from different Office suites, and then you compare those PDF files to see how different they are. And you basically you range those differences in a range of from 0 to 5. So there are four kinds of comparison. We compare those PDF files, vertical alignment, horizontal alignment, side-by-side comparison, and page overlay. And basically you can use it with any Office suite which supports command line. So you could use it with Microsoft Office, LibreOffice, OpenOffice, Word, probably others. So this tool was developed, or is still developed by Milos Šramek, is it correct? Well, she's Slovak, and he first presented it at the Plugfest in 2011 in Berlin. Later on, he presented it in the LibreOffice conference in 2013 in Milano. And this year, he presented it in Brno, in the LibreOffice conference. So I attended this conference, and well, it was the first time I knew about this tool. So I talked to him about it, and we thought about using it in LibreOffice to find regressions in the documents. So here you can have the code. You can find it here in GitHub. This is a Milos repository, and here you can also see his presentation in Brno. So yeah, basically when I talked to him in Brno, we thought it could be a good idea to use it in master branch. So we could find interoperability regressions as soon as possible. Then the idea is to use as many files as possible, and then as many of the bugs we have in Bugzilla are related to Microsoft Office and the formats they use. We thought that the best would be to compare it against Microsoft Office, but we could use any other Office to compare it against. So some numbers from Bugzilla. We have I use basically the keyword regression and the keyword. We have some keywords in Bugzilla, so I use this regression keyword and filtered off keyword, and we have right now 40 open regressions out of 69, 76 docx regressions out of 155, and for RTF we have 18 regressions out of 176. So yeah, the numbers say that we can use it. Then I started working on this tool, and well, I found some bugs in it, so I just fixed them. Then I also add support for Impress documents, and then I added the possibility to have different outputs files, because what Milos did was just to you could use different input files, but you could there was only one output file. So now it's possible to have different output files. And now I move it into a virtual machine. This is the virtual machine which we are using. So now it's possible to because firstly I was using it locally, so my memory was limited, so it was complicated. But now we have a virtual machine with I think 100 gigabytes, so we have plenty of space to use this tool. And here you can find my code. So this is nowadays these are the formats we are testing. So docx, RTF, and PPTX, and PPT. And yeah, basically in order to get the files, I'm using a script. I think Colin did, and probably Marcus. And yeah, it's this script. So basically we are just getting the files from all these backtrackers. So yeah, we have many documents available. So basically how this tool works, we have this bunch of documents here. And let's say these documents are the input format, which say it's docx, and RTF. So basically what we do is we convert it with LibreOffice to PDF. So we see how it's imported into LibreOffice. And also we define the output format, which say it's docx, and RTF. So then we convert it with LibreOffice to those formats as well. And then from those formats, we open them in Microsoft Office, because it's the tool we want to compare it against. And then finally, we get each PDF for each format. And then on the other side, the same file, we open it with Microsoft Office, and then we generate the PDF. And eventually, we compare all these PDF against this one. So we use the horizontal alignment comparison, the vertical comparison, the side-by-side, and the overlay page comparison. So in total we have four numbers to compare all these PDFs. So basically, things we are testing, we test with this tool. Well, the first one, we test LibreOffice import here. Then we test the LibreOffice export. So all this part is testing LibreOffice export. We also have test LibreOffice export, because probably, let's say we find a problem here in the comparison, but then when we test that file in LibreOffice, we see it's correct. So then we export it, and we see that the problem is in the PDF export. So we are also testing them. We also, as we are using timeouts, we are also finding, well, I could find while testing the tool, I found some import and export time problems, regression. I could also find that sometimes, let's say we generate doc file, and then we try to open it in Microsoft Office, but then we have a corruption problem. So then that's something we are also testing with this tool. And yeah, eventually we are also testing the interoperability regressions, which is the goal of this tool. So I'm going to show you an example of how this tool looks like. And yeah. So basically, once we run the script, in the end we have this spreadsheet. So basically, in here we have the import part, and in here we have the export part. So here, this is something I did locally. So right now I tested with 64 documents, and it found 9 regressions. So let's see an example here. And I used wait a minute. I used this build which I think is the first commit of LibreOffice 5.3, 5.2, sorry. And I also used master build commit. It's a build I did locally. So, for instance, let's take a look at this file. So here we have the comparison side by side. We are using, this is Microsoft Office, and this is LibreOffice 5.2, which is correct. On the other side, if we see this one, we see Microsoft Office, and here we have master. So we see that between those LibreOffice 2 and LibreOffice master, something, well, a regression was introduced here. So this is the side-by-side comparison. We can also have this one. Yeah, this is the overlay comparison. And here is the horizontal comparison. And finally is the vertical comparison. So you can see that these numbers -2, it means that something was introduced here, kind of regression. Sometimes it's not a regression, you just check it and you see that, well, they look just similar, but here, well, you don't see much differences. But you can also use it to see improvements, like, I don't know, here you have this one. This was in LibreOffice 5.2. So I think this one, the values were incorrect. But here, if we check it with LibreOffice Master, they are correct. So yeah, we have an improvement here. And same for round trip documents. So let's say, let's find a regression like this one. Well, this is the same one as before, but this one, for instance. Yeah, we see that, well, that's different. But for instance, we see that here we have an empty page. And in LibreOffice, where was it? Yeah. No, sorry. So I can find it now. Oh no, no, this one. Well, basically, it says that the number when it's negative, it says that a relation might be introduced here. So you just need to check it, and then well, it's an easy way to find interoperability regressions here. So. Yeah, that's all. Do you have any question? Yeah.
So what tool do you use to generate PDF for Microsoft Office?
Yeah, so we are using in Linux. We are using Wine. It's Microsoft Office running under Wine, and there is also another tool. Well, you have to integrate it into the Office directory, and it's called Office Converter.exe or something like that. So then it allows you to convert files to PDF.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, right now I'm using Microsoft Office 2010.
Oh.
But I think Wine was released, Wine.20 was released a couple of days ago, and I think it has support for Microsoft Office 2013. So probably I'm going to test it and see if there are differences between using one or the other.
What is the speed of testing?
The speed, well, it takes some time because, yeah, let's say if I use 1,000 documents, it takes about, the first time it takes about a couple of days. Then next time, because you already have, what we do here is, okay, we compare it, let's say I want to test master right now, so I use a previous version as a comparison. And now I have the comparisons in a week or after some time, I want to test it again. So I have already master, so I just need to generate this PDF and all the files for the new master. So then it's half of the time. So the first time you run it, so let's say for 1,000 of documents, it takes a couple of days, then it's 1 day. But the idea is to have more documents than 1,000 documents. The point is, in this case, for instance, if we are generating docx and RTF output files, then you need 3 times the time of comparison there.
So if you use a COM interface to Microsoft Office, then you can keep Word running and then load and save documents, and then you can probably get a significant speed up.
If you so
you could use the COM interface to talk to Microsoft Office.
Yeah, we are using it.
Okay, and then you can keep it running. So maybe you're already doing that.
No, well, the thing that takes more time is the comparison.
Okay.
Of a PDF.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, we are limiting the comparison to 5 pages. Because let's say we have a document of 100 pages, it takes forever. So we just limit it. Because it's doing like horizontal comparison, vertical, and side by side. So it's quite heavy. Yeah.
This comparison of page of end page is your own code or general?
It's Milo's code.
It's not a general library.
No, he did it, and well, in his repository you can find it.
Okay.
You can find everything. And basically in my repository, what I did is to adapt that code to what the LibreOffice needs. Yeah, what we need to use.
Could you distribute the comparison?
Did you distribute?
Can you distribute the comparison? If it's a heavy workload, maybe we can spread that across the whole machine.
Well, right now, as we are limiting the comparison to 5 pages, it's not that heavy at all. So each comparison, the worst scenario may be 3 minutes for each comparison. So we are, I don't know if
you say 1,000 a day. We do the crash testing and we run like 80-something thousand on a day. So it takes a lot of time to do each test. It's like 10 times, 15 times what we normally do for the export crasher, which do all the export and run traffic you're talking about. So the comparison part is multiplying your cost by 10 comparison based on the number you say. So one solution may be to distribute those comparisons and farm it on multiple machines.
Yeah.
To be able to actually do that in a reasonable amount of time when we have like 80-something.
Yeah, that would be a solution, yeah.
Did you experience issues like you're seeing a difference in the PDFs, and if you look in the Quiz editor, you don't have the difference.
You mean that I see the differences in the PDF, but then I don't see it in LibreOffice, for instance?
Yeah.
There are some false positives as well. So
How large is the portion of all issues which comes from the PDF export?
I found just one. So it's
1 of thousands?
It's your time.
100, let's say.
Let's get out.
Thing
Let's
is,
wait for the Cisco.
in LibreOffice, the code, PDF code is not that counts. It's not as much counts as doc or doc filter and things like that. So there are more things going on in the doc filter and docx filter and so on. So it's more common to find regressions in doc filter import, export, and so on than in PDF export.
Do you also plan to use it to find regressions in ODF document?
Yeah, we can use it to find regressions in ODF, but we need we need a reference that we know it's although we are testing here against Microsoft Office, and sometimes it's not